What's up guys, it's Richard here and today I got something pretty cool for you. This is the Corsair H80 liquid CPU cooler. So it's part of the new series by Corsair, and one of the major features they've included is the ability to change the fan speed on the fly with a push the button on the CPU block. One of the slight criticisms of the H50 and the H70 previous units was that the fans on there were running at a constant speed, so they could get quite loud. So Corsair have kept that in mind with this new product and given you the ability to change between a nice quiet cooling system, but you can also ramp up that fan speed if you need it. So for compatibility, we have the Intel LGA 775, 1155, 1156, 1366 and the upcoming 2011. For AMD we have AM2 and AM3. Let's flip the box around and have a quick look on the back there. So here we can see some of our major features. One of the cool things that is compatible with Corsair's Corsair Link. Basically, you get a fan controller and you install it in a 3.5-inch drive bay, and then you can use the included software to control everything through your operating system. Nice and handy. We've also got performance at your fingertips, low profile integrated pump, and cold plate includes push button control so you can select the fan speed and cooling performance setup that best suits your needs. It's also got a cool white LED on there so you know which profile it's currently on. Double up for excellent cooling, featuring a double thick radiator to maximise the surface area available for heat dissipation, and dual performance match fans. The H80 keeps cooling performance, lets your CPU keep its cool even when pushed to the limit. Over here we have a little graph showing you a i7-920 at 3.8 GHz with 100% load on it. We can see that the H80 is sitting there in the middle with 68.2 degrees Celsius. Alright, so the first things we have here is a little Corsair Solutions guide, little product manual showing other things that they offer. A little quick install guide here, and a stop. Do not return this product to the store. Contact Corsair directly. They've got the email address, phone number there as well. Okay, so here we have the actual. Have a look at this first. This is the radiator and the CPU block. Get that out of the plastic. Alright, so here's the radiator. The actual CPU block. Here we can see the push button on there to change the profile. There's our Corsair Link adapter. Here we find some headers for the fans, the 120mm fans that are included. And here is the power, so we've got a Molex, or we can use the CPU fan header there. Let's see what else we got. Alright, so we have our two 120mm fans there. Whole bunch of screws here, so that will be for the different sockets there. And we've got our mounting plates for the back of the motherboard. So here we've got our Intel one, which I will be using. So let's actually run through the install process.
For people who haven't installed something like H80 in the past, it might seem somewhat daunting. However, it is very easy to do. What I've done so far is I've put the Intel back plate on the back of the motherboard here, and we've secured that in place with double-sided screws, very similar to this one here. And what that's going to allow us to do now is to place the CPU block over there and then tighten that into spot. To make things a lot easier for myself, I have actually put the front-facing fan on the radiator already, as it will make just life down the track a lot easier once this is in place. So I'll put this on and then we'll take it from there. So as you can see, we now have the CPU block installed here. We've got the power cable running to the back of the case where we'll be connecting it to Molex, and all we've got left to do now is to attach the second fan to the radiator and onto the case. So I'm going to be using a push-pull configuration. I'm going to be pushing cool air from the outside into the radiator, and then that's going to be pulled out through this fan here, and then it should hopefully be exhausted by the top fan. Some people do mix that about, so they'll have the push coming from inside the case and then exhausting the hot air through the back of their case. So I'll have a play with that a little bit later on and see what works best. So as you can see, we now have the H80 all installed and up and running. It's currently on the lowest profile, so the fan speed's quite low, so it's nice and quiet. We're running a system stability test for the last 20 minutes or so, just to get an idea what the temperature's like on the i7-950 at stock speeds. We'll be doing some overclocking later, so make sure you keep an eye out for that video. But at the moment, we're getting about 50 degrees or so on the CPU cores, so not too bad. So thanks for checking out this video, guys, and if you enjoyed it and want to see more like it, don't forget to subscribe.